a fair question would be, is this possible, right? Is it possible to experience life without thinking? The answer to that is yes, it is possible. Why it is possible? Because nature is, for the most part, not thinking. It's human beings that are addicted to thinking. So it's an addiction. Thinking is an addiction. And Paramahansa Yogananda said this very clearly. He said, the most powerful addiction is the addiction to thinking. Now, if that is clear, if we now understand that we can reach a state without thinking, and that thinking is a powerful, powerful addiction, a fair question would be, well, then when thinking stops and I begin to experience life without thinking, what will I gain? Will it be a good experience, a bad experience? How would it be? Well, the answer to this question is that life, when it's not mediated by thinking, when it's experienced directly from the experience, the sensorial experience, and awareness, without the thinking in between, without interpretations, classifications, comparing with past experiences, but just the sheer experience. When that happens, is it delightful or not? Is it nice or not? And the answer is a definite yes. Thinking is not necessary to have a great time. In fact, thinking is what usually prevents you to have a good time. So when you eliminate thinking between awareness and the sensorial experience, and then life is experienced directly from awareness, life becomes beautiful. So if that now is clear, you may ask a fair question again, which is, well, then how? How do I do that? If this addiction is so powerful, how can I overcome this addiction? Is it worthwhile? Yes, it's worthwhile, and there is no question about it. But aside from that, how do I get there? Well, the spiritual path to a great degree is the dealing with this addiction. Meditation is the dealing with this addiction. And so many methods and techniques and spiritual philosophies are, in a way, a path to deal with this addiction and overcome this addiction. It's not entirely that, but a great part of it is that. So aside from these many traditions that deal with the subject, it's something else that I can say in a few minutes video that could help you. And yes, your intention is very powerful. If you have the intention to experience life not mediated by thought, but directly from your true nature as awareness, if you create this intention, it will come to you, no matter how powerful this addiction is. So create this intention, experience life without thinking. I want to add a few words of caution. You can't stop the mind at will. The will is not the instrument. It will not work. Furthermore, it will likely create tension in your body and mind. And if you continue cultivating this attitude in meditation, will bring you to a corner where meditation will be a source of tension and disease. So you can't expect results in meditation by willing the mind into silence. Let's take, for example, the case of a technique. It is similar to the following situation. You need to push a locomotive, and try as you may, it's too heavy, it will not work. So, instead of pushing and using will, you decide to put an engine, a small engine perhaps, with the right transmission, and then you turn on the engine, and little by little the locomotive begins to move. A meditation technique is like that engine. It brings you results by itself, without effort. Practicing the technique is like turning the engine on and wait for the results. When you practice a technique, you just practice the technique, but there is no effort involved. You don't know what is going to happen really. You just practice it. If you try for a long time and the technique doesn't give you results, try a different technique. There are so many. Let's see another situation. When you expand consciousness, when you open the focus of awareness, it automatically slows down the mind. But there is no effort involved. It's more like a skill. It's just opening up the focus of awareness, and the mind quiets down. Another example would be the following. There is a baby crying. You go to the crib, and try as you may, your willpower is not going to produce any effect. But if you sing a lullaby to the baby, gradually the lullaby will calm her down and she will quiet. In the same way, mantras and techniques are like the lullaby, and they produce the result by themselves, not because you are willing the results. So I hope this helps you to avoid the trap of efforting in meditation or to quiet the mind during the day. You go for a walk, you open the focus of awareness, the mind quiets down. There is no effort involved, it's a skill.